Fraternal life, or community life, is often described as both the biggest cross and the greatest joy of religious life. Truly, it can be called the most fertile seedbed of the spiritual life, where the virtue of charity, the queen of all the virtues, is cultivated and nourished, so that the soul can grow most speedily towards the goal of religious life, the perfection of charity. Fraternal life sometimes seems beyond human strength. For this reason, there are practices which can support religious in their living of it. They must ensure that they take the necessary time for attending to the quality of their community life. Their regular life is supported and made possible by a rhythmic horarium, which necessarily requires faithfulness and perseverance. The time which members of a religious community spend with one another must not only be of quantity, but of quality. The characteristics required in human relationships include respect, kindness, sincerity, self-control, tactfulness, a sense of humour, and a spirit of sharing. The sharing of Lectio Divina, faith experiences, and apostolic concerns can help to nourish fraternal solidarity. If religious neglect the sharing of spiritual goods, spiritual experience will begin to take on individualistic overtones. Communication to a more extensive and deeper degree is required for the renewal of fraternal life in community. We must get to know one another more. Regular meetings can also benefit fraternal life. Media can pose a danger to fraternal life. The excessive use of television as recreation cuts off or blocks relations among people. Fraternal life will never be without its cross, but this cross of Christ gives us the certainty of God's love for us. Formation of the young needs to include alerting them to the sacrifices involved in community life. Conflict cannot be avoided, but this must not discourage us. Unity comes with reconciliation. Prayer is absolutely indispensable to fraternal life, since fraternal life depends upon the firm foundation of prayer in common. Communal prayer is time with the community as well as time with God. Personal prayer is also essential, since it is closely related to and complementary with communal prayer. The liturgy, especially the Eucharist and other sacraments, also helps us to build a fraternal life. A rich experience of prayer in a community leads to apostolic and evangelical life, whether the community is contemplative or active. Fraternal life allows the religious to practice the virtue of charity and fosters its growth. It is based on Christ's call to love one another as he has loved us. It requires the virtue of charity, since communion cannot exist without the self-offering of each member. When we lose ourselves for the sake of others, we inevitably find ourselves. Through fraternal life, religious enjoy the spiritual advantages of living in what the Church calls the school of love, where they experience the mutual support and building up of fraternal love among the members of their community. There will be enjoyment in community when a healthy fraternal life has been established. Peace and pleasure in being together are among the signs of the kingdom of God. Fraternal life is truly one of the most precious gifts, which ought to be treasured as well as fostered and preserved by all religious. As a sign of the kingdom of God on earth, it prepares us for the heavenly community, where the saints will together be giving praise to God for eternity.